So this is the diet and health video part 2. In the last video, I talked a bit about creating healthier habits, avoiding soft drinks, calling junk food what it is and not eating junk, and being able to have a clear idea in your mind of what salt, sugar, and fat is. Because it's presented in grams. Who walks around measuring grams for their salt and sugar content? If you want to put some salt and sugar on your food, you could at least visualize a teaspoon. I wish that our federal government would actually make more efforts to be more people-friendly and make the labels use teaspoons per serving, for example. So when you look at a can of soda and it says, 36 grams of sugar, and you know that there's 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon, well, you know how many teaspoons is in a can of soda. So then you can say to yourself, well, for this 12-ounce can, would I actually, put that many teaspoons of sugar? Juice looks a lot better. And then here's the other thing that I want us to talk about in this video, was cooking. Oh, I know I done said something now. Cooking. I'm not the best cook. I've been around many different places in the world, and I've tasted so many different foods. I love to eat. And what I can tell you is everybody is wedded to their food. Everybody thinks they have the best doggone food in the world. Well, everybody has different combinations of salt, sugar, and fat. And what I can tell you is because Thai food and Thai cooking has is basically about managing those 5 tastes that you have on your tongue. Thai food is pretty heavy to contend with. What you can do is, if you just do the math now. Do the math of what it costs to eat at a fast food joint, what it costs to eat out in America today. And I know that groceries are high, but even if you look at food that is like partially prepared, so you go into a grocery store and you get food that's like halfway cooked. Everything cannot be cooked in the microwave, but you have to learn what is a balanced meal. And it's not just meat focused. So that's the first tip I have to tell people. Cut down on meat. I'm sorry, I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but you cannot have a diet that is basically based on protein in the form of meat. You don't know what's in that meat? Look at how girls, and boys for that matter, are beginning puberty at younger and younger ages. And then if you look at just all the hormones that are put into our meat cycle, and then the antibiotics on top of that, is that really what you want in your body? No. But when it comes to cooking, here's what I can say about cooking. Get yourself a decent little cookbook and just try it out. I know that people work and people don't have time and it's tiring, but if you can find ways to minimize cooking, or cook a lot and then freeze portions, if you don't want to eat the same thing every day, or if you cook a lot, you can just freeze the leftovers, and you can cook something different. But we've got to get back to cooking, because we can't depend on a restaurant. Restaurants basically get a bunch of prepackaged foods and push them together and in pre-described, recipes. And so you're thinking, well, where's the actual food? Does anybody slice a tomato and put it in here? Does anybody actually peel something and put it in here and call it food? Or do they just open a bunch of cans and combine them? Open a bunch of boxes and then combine them and call them food? And that's what I'm saying. We have to really, as Americans, it's pretty disgusting how we think about food, because it's just something to eat, just something to fill us up, and we eat so many empty calories. So when I'm talking about food, I'm not talking about junk food. I'm already talking about junk food. What I'm saying is we have to get away from depending on some other person to feed us. We have to get away from depending on just being able to drive through somewhere. Even just look at the carbon footprint of a drive-through. Our entire way of life is just so skewed towards energy consumption in every single way, and even the processes that it takes to produce and transport meat. I'm not saying totally remove meat from your diet, but I'm saying you could spice an entire pot of greens with a couple of slices of bacon or some smoked, turkey wings. You can create an entire, like, beautiful pasta marinara. Again, slices of bacon as opposed to an entire bit of fatback. And when we start to look at different ways to conceptualize food, that it's not just this thing with these ultra flavors and these ultra colors. My concern now is that young people don't even realize what food tastes like. I mean, if you were to give them literally just food, spice at maximum with salt, pepper, maybe red pepper or something, where would you be? They'd be like, oh, I don't want this, I don't like this, and that's another thing. Honey, the last time some child told me what to cook and what they wanted and what they didn't want was the last time they stayed at my place. I'm like, this is what I'm eating. You want some? Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're not going to eat. Because ain't no junk food. And this is what I'm cooking. And unless you're allergic to it, we're not going through it. So when you as a parent can't say to your child, eat this, you're teaching them the lack of discipline that you have. And that's what food really is. It's about discipline. It's about not letting your hunger control you. Because when you get those hunger pains, it's just temporary. Drink a glass of water and figure out if you actually need to eat or if you have the munchies. And if you have the munchies, keep some snacks with you everywhere you go. That's the best advice that I can give you.